Everyone, I am K. Harshit. Today I am here to start a new topic in chemistry, that is periodic classification of elements. Firstly, what's the need of classification? What does classification mean? Now, if I have a group of books, let me say I have some notebooks, I have some textbooks, and I have some storybooks. Now, what I will do for my betterment or for my convenience, I classify them. Like I keep all the notebooks separate, all the textbooks separate, and all the storybooks separate. So that would be easy. Now I would be knowing in this self I have classwork, in this self I have textbooks, and in this self I have the other books. But if I mix all the books and keep it in one self, so I would not be able to know which book is where. So this is the same manner. Why do we classify the elements even? Now we classify the elements for two reasons. One is it is easy to study. It is easy to study the elements and to remember easily. To remember the properties. So if we classify the elements, it is easy to study and it is easy to remember the properties of the elements. As I said, now if in this cell I have classworks, then I would be easy knowing yes, in this self I have all my classworks. So I can easily remember that self and I can easily take and study. Similarly, this is the same condition for why do we classify the elements. Now first, basically this classification idea was bought by one scientist. Now, there were elements in the nature, but classifying them was firstly done by Dauberinier. So, the first person who has made the attempt to classify was Dauberinier. He was an German chemist. In the year 1817, Dauberinier attempted and he gave one theory to classify the elements. Before writing the theory, I would be writing the examples that he gave to justify his theory. Now, if you see here, I have written three elements. So, he gave a triad. Now, let me say what's a triad. I will be writing the points here. A triad, group of three elements. When we take group of three elements arranged in increasing order, of their atomic mass, then if you take group of three elements arranged in the increasing order of theirs, then the average of atomic mass of first and third element would be equal to atomic mass of second element. If you take group of three elements, arrange them in the increasing order of their atomic mass, then the average of the atomic mass of the first and the third element would be equal to the atomic mass of the second element. Now I am taking this triad first. Lithium, what's the atomic mass of lithium? It is 7. Potassium, it is 39. Now I have arranged them in increasing order. Now I'm not writing this, let us find out as per the triads rule. Now arrange in the increasing order. Yes, three triads I have taken. First is done. I have arranged them in the increasing order of the atomic mass done. Then if you see this third point, the average of the atomic mass of the first and the third element. Now average of lithium and potassium, 7 plus 39 by 2, 46 by 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 23. So the atomic mass of sodium is 23. Now if you see here, lithium is 7, sodium is 23, potassium is 39. The average of lithium and potassium is giving, average atomic mass of lithium and potassium is giving the atomic mass of sodium. So like this, even it worked for this triad, it worked for this triad. But now if you see, do we use these triads now? Do we use this method to classify the elements? We have a very big periodic table, but he gave only a small table like this, which means that we are not using Doberanier's triads. So I can either say that Doberanier's triads or this law was a failure to him. So I can say the drawback of this was only one triad could be formed. So note down the drawback, only one triad could be formed. That's the reason why we do not use Doberanier's triads for classification. Although this kind of classification was a failure, but he gave an inspiration to other scientists that yes, we can classify the elements. And he also gave a criteria, that is the atomic mass. So Doberanier's the Doberanier's triads was an inspiration to other scientists, and hence even other scientists also came up with new ideas of arranging the elements. So the next person who had tried was Newland. So let us know about Newland rule of classification in my next video. Thank you, and I hope you all have understood this thing. In this video we learned the need of classification, then about the first personality who has tried to classify the elements, what were his criteria, then what were his examples, and what was his drawback. I hope you all are clear with Doberanier's triads. Thank you.